So I get a lot of questions on how to create this seamless carousel on Instagram for my listings. So we're going to walk through it in this tutorial. So you will get the Canva template. So that's going to be in the description. It is kind of tricky, but once you get used to it, it's very simple and easy to do. So what you're going to need is about 3 photos, right? So I picked the front of the house, and then I picked the kitchen, of course, and then I also chose the primary bedroom. And then I have my final page here of my contact information, and some compliance stuff. And so we're going to start here. I'm going to go ahead and go over to uploads, and then I'm going to upload my files from a listing that I have here on, oops, not that one, right here. So I'm going to pick all of my favorite photos, the front of the house, and I really like this living room. And then I'm just going to do probably this walkout area. And then I'm just going to go ahead and open up the photos, and then I'm going to put the first picture here. So I'll just drag this on, and I'm going to drag it to the very corner, and I'm going to drag it out until it fits. When I get my photos done, I do the 16 by 9. So they're pretty long. If you don't do that, if you do like this standard Facebook size, it should still work the same. But I like to have the long one just because there's just a little bit more room to play with when it comes to pictures. And I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. So you're going to want to update, the price here, which I'll do that here in a sec. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and duplicate it. And then I'm going to take this line here and drag it all the way to the edge. And then I'm going to take this, and you kind of have to scroll down with your mouse as you're dragging this and plop it perfectly right here so that it's lines up. And so I'm going to drag it there. And then obviously I'm going to delete the picture here. And then same with this one. I want this to go. Oops, that was a different listing I had. So now it's at the very back. And if this is difficult to read because of the picture, I always just go to these elements here and put one of these shadows underneath just to make the text pop a little. And I am trying to make this straight here real quick. So, I mean, you can play with the different shadows. You can stretch it out, make it bigger, so that it pops a little bit more. So I'm going to actually take this and bring that down a little. And the reason why I have the text here is that I want to make sure that it's going to show up on the square Instagram feed, because these are obviously portraits. The reason why I do portraits is because I want it to fill up the whole screen. I want it to take up as much real estate as possible on that person who's scrolling. So that's why I want it big, but I also want it to still look nicely curated on my feed. And of course you only get that square, at least for now, until they change it. So I'm just going to put the address here, and then I'm going to make it nice and big until it goes all the way across, and then move it up a little. All right, so now we've got that. And then I'm going to go down and update all these, right? Now you're going to take the next picture that you have. So go back to my elements. Uploads. I'm going to find the second picture that I really liked, and I'm going to drag this here. So now we're kind of doing it the backwards way. And then I'm going to drag this all the way down. And I want, kind of want it to start here where the fireplace is like at the edge. So it's like a peak of the fireplace, and make sure that it's behind the text, because you want to make sure you put the price here. Now I'm going to take this and duplicate it just like we did before. Drag this line all the way to the edge, because that's where it's going to kind of flow seamlessly on Instagram. And then I'm going to take this here, drop the picture in here, stretch this out, and then bring it to the back. All right, so now I have my little handle there. There's a little piece here, so I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that again. drag this out a little bit, and then do the same thing. So we're going to take this little piece and clip it there. Make sure it lines up perfectly, like that way you don't look unkept. It won't, you know, I'll show you what it looks like at the end. And so I'm going to make that all the way to the back. This is just a little shadow thing I have here. I just like to make it look 3D, like it's going to pop. And you could put whatever here. I just put whatever the top, what people are really searching for. And then I stretch out the text here to make it fit as much as it can. If you have to ungroup elements, you can do that. Change the colors, do whatever you want to do, make it your brand. And then the final picture was going to be this here. So I'm going to, again, do the same thing like we did on the very first one. Drag this all the way down. Duplicate it. Pull the edge all the way over. And this one's going to be... to keep this from changing, I hate when that happens. So you're going to go ahead and lock this so that it can't be, you know, when you go over it, it won't change the picture image there. All right. Okay. So then I'm going to pull this way and then just make sure it goes all the way to the back. And then I'm going to update this to put the actual address. So I'll do that here in a second. So now you're all done. You can go ahead and see how it looks when it's all put together. So, you know, as they're swiping, it's going to look like the first page, and then this is going to be, you know, seamless going across. Then you have all your information about the house, and then you have the price here, and then you have another picture, and it just seamlessly goes all the way through to the end. So anyway, that is going to be linked below. It's completely free. I just hope that you give this video a like if it was helpful, and I will see you on the next video.